Beijing is building a massive new airport. A new mega-sized airport being built in China could shift the balance of power in the country's airline industry. Beijing's new 6-pier, radial-shaped airport will cover an area of 313,000 square meters. The airport is being built in an area that overlaps Daxing District in Beijing and Guangzhou District of Langfang, Hebei Province. The airport will serve Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei. Flag carrier Air China dominates the current Beijing airport. Its regional rivals, China Eastern Airlines, control Shanghai, while China Southern Airlines hold Guangzhou. The new airport will allow China Eastern and China Southern a 40% share of passengers each, which may encourage the two provincial airlines to open lucrative new North American routes. It's estimated that the current Beijing Capital International Airport and the new airport will handle a combined annual total of 170 million passengers with their 7 runways by 2025. However, experts worry that because only about 20% of the airspace of China is open to civilian flights, the expansion will result in extremely heavy air traffic. China is not only a world leader in airport size, but also in flight delays. Its 3 biggest airlines were ranked the least punctual of the world's major carriers last year. Don't let YouTube ad bots dictate what TomoNews reports. Support us at patreon.com/TomoNews. China is obsessed with being first and building the world's biggest. China is building a city covered in plants. The world's first forest city, designed by Italian architect Stefano Borelli, is currently under construction in southern China and is expected to be completed by the year 2020. The forest city is located in a mountainous region north of the city of Liu Xuesong in southern China. The city will host 30,000 people and will include offices, houses, hotels, hospitals, and schools. The buildings will draw on geothermal energy to provide cooling and heating systems for interior air conditioning. Solar panels will be installed over the rooftops to harvest solar energy. A total of 40,000 trees and almost 1 million plants representing over 100 species will be planted on building facades, in parks, and on city streets. The trees and plants will absorb an estimated 10,000 tons of carbon dioxide and 57 tons of fine dust pollutants each year. Meanwhile, the greenery will produce 900 tons of oxygen annually. A fast rail line will connect the forest city to Liu Xuesong, a city with a population of some 3.7 million. Vertical forests have become a recent popular concept in architecture. Nanjing in eastern China is currently building 2 green towers that can absorb 25 tons of carbon dioxide a year. Taipei City in Taiwan is also building a carbon-eating tower, which reportedly will be able to absorb 130 tons of carbon dioxide emissions a year. China powers on world's largest floating solar farm. China just flipped the on switch on their latest green energy project. A new floating solar farm constructed on a lake in Huainan City in central China is said to be the largest in the world. It is made up of 160,000 solar panels. These panels can produce electricity for up to 15,000 homes. The farm is connected to a city where some 2.5 million people reside. The panels are placed at varying depths over the lake. The water helps cool the electronics in the devices and stops them from overheating. Solar energy, like wind, is sporadic and environmentally dependent, meaning the amount of power panels can gather may sometimes fluctuate depending on the weather. China builds the world's highest and longest glass bridge. China recently completed the world's highest and longest glass bridge, giving the country another thrilling and scary tourist attraction. The glass bridge stretches across a canyon in Zhangjiajie, a national park in China's Hunan province. The length of the bridge is 430 meters, slightly shorter than the height of Malaysia's Petronas Towers. It is 6 meters in width and rises up to 300 meters high. Its glass floor is made of 5-centimeter thick laminated glass, a type of safety glass that remains held together by a vinyl interlayer if it shatters. A total of 99 laminated glass panels are installed on the bridge, which can support up to 800 visitors. Bridges have a natural frequency of vibration within them. When a pedestrian walks over the bridge, they transfer energy to the bridge with every step. The bridge's vibrational frequency is amplified if the pedestrian transfers energy at the same frequency as the bridge's natural vibration. Therefore, when a large number of people are walking over the bridge at the same time, the vibration of the bridge can be greatly amplified. This may eventually cause it to vibrate violently until it collapses. To prevent this from happening, authorities installed 72 glass balls, each weighing 750 kilograms, at irregular intervals across the bridge. This will interrupt the steps of pedestrians and dampen the vibrations. There is no official opening date for the glass bridge, but the South China Morning Post reported that it will likely open to the public in July. Hey Tomo Sapiens! Help us beat the ad bots by joining our Patreon News Squad at patreon.com/TomoNews.
China forcibly relocates thousands to make way for a giant space telescope. More than 9,000 residents in southwest China are expected to be displaced from their homes before the completion of the world's largest radio telescope later this year. The 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, or FAST, cost 1.2 billion yuan and is being built in China's Guangzhou province. The telescope has a diameter of 500 meters and is made up of 4,500 triangular panels, 4,350 of which are movable. A retina weighing 30 metric tons is suspended by cables 140 to 160 meters above the center. Once fully operational, the panels will reflect radio signals from distant parts of the universe towards the retina, where they will be collected. 9,110 residents who live within 5 kilometers of the telescope are expected to be relocated, with each receiving 12,000 yuan in compensation. Puerto Rico's Arecibo Observatory, which measures 300 meters in diameter, is currently the largest telescope of its kind. FAST is expected to claim the title upon its completion in September.